Hi everyone, welcome to Math Time. We have an easy one today. We're in topic 9-2, so make sure you have your new book. And today our question is, how can I model and draw hundreds using a place value block? And you might be thinking, a what? That's right, a place value block. And you're going to find out what it is. It's not anything that you can hold. There's no piece of plastic or anything like that, like a chip. It's a useful tool that you can draw, and you're going to see how easy it is to use today. So yesterday we looked at how we could show a 10, and instead of using 10 counters, we could just use this 10 rod, one little piece of plastic, and it represents the number 10. And then we looked at how we could make bigger numbers. What do we have here? Well, we've got 100 because we have this 100 flat, and we have 3 10 rods, and each one of those is 10. So what's 10 plus 10 plus 10? And I think many of you already know this. It's 30. So we just add these up. 100 plus 30 is 130. Okay? And we talked about how we could make really big numbers like 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, and so on. Okay? These are very quick ways of building big numbers. And of course, we can still make small numbers. Here we have a 10 rod and 4 cubes. What does that give us? 14. 1 10 and 4 ones. So this green thing you see here is a place value block. Here's how it works. What we're going to do is we're going to make sure it's labeled, and it'll always be labeled for us. Hundreds, tens, and ones. And we're going to count how many hundreds there are. Well, look at those hundreds flats. There are 2 of them. So we're going to put a 2 there. And how many tens rods are there? 3. And how many ones are there? How many cubes? There are 4. So what number is being represented here? 234. That's it. All you have to do is break it up like that, and you've got your answer. I told you these would be easy. Okay, now let's listen to somebody else tell you what I just did.
What number do the models show?
Let's find out.
Remember, 10 ones make 1 10. 10 tens make 100. First, count the hundreds. How many hundreds flats are there? There are 2 hundreds flats. Use a place value chart to show the value of each digit. Put 2 in the hundreds place. Then count the tens. How many tens rods are there? There are 5 tens rods. Where do you show that on the place value chart?
Select your answer.
In the tens place. Write 5 in the tens place. Then count the ones. How many ones cubes are there? There are 9 ones cubes. Where do you show that on the place value chart? In the ones place. Write 9 in the ones place. The models show 259. 259 has 3 digits. Now you know how to use place value blocks to model numbers.
It's not too bad, right? The only problem you might have is that I didn't give you enough hundreds flats. I just didn't have that many for the really, really big numbers. So you might need to draw squares on your paper or use something. Maybe you can cut out pieces of paper that you can use as hundreds flats. But this is pretty much it, just using the place value blocks. Okay, so this is in your book on page 382. Remember, this is in volume 2. It's in that new book, page 382, and number 1 has been done for us. Okay, there are 7 tens rods. Well, we take those 7, that's 7, and we write it right here. We leave the hundreds blank. When we have 7 tens and 0 ones, the number you have is 70. So what you're going to do here for number 2 and for the next several problems is count all of the hundreds that you see here, and you're going to write that number right there. You're going to count the 10 rods, write that there. Count the cubes, those are your ones, and write that there. And then, boys and girls, don't forget the answer actually goes here. This is like the period in your sentence, so you don't want to leave that blank. Okay, so for numbers 3 through 8, you have the same thing. For number 9, higher order thinking, which means you've got to go slowly and think about it. Find the number. It has 5 hundreds. The digit in the tens place is between 5 and 7. The number of ones is 2 less than 4. Ooh, I think you can figure that out. And then finally, page 384, there's just some word problems here, but it's not going to be that difficult. Read everything that's written, go slowly, and I know you'll get the answers correct. And that's it, boys and girls. Your work for today is pages 382 to 384. And there is something new on the Envisions website. Remember, you're just doing the quick check and the interactive practice buddy. Don't worry about anything else. Okay? And that's it. Have an awesome day. The end.